Dad. Have a nice walk. Let's talk about Ninja and multi-streaming. Welcome to the Heller family road trip right now. We're heading down to southern Utah. So I got a minute while we charge and grab some food. If you didn't see it on Twitter, Ninja let everyone know, announced that he's gonna be streaming everywhere.
I am Tyler Ninja Blevins and I'm going to be live everywhere.
Multi-streaming to all different places. And you guys know I've spoken about this, not really at length, but I've shared my opinion on multi-streaming. And I have to say, I think this move by Ninja is a brilliant move. Yeah, you weren't expecting that, were you? Let's talk about why. There are generally two camps of people that want to multi-stream, if we were to overgeneralize here. There is the small streamer who wants to multi-stream in order to grow their audience for extra discoverability, reach multiple platforms to try to build a larger community and start a career. Then there is the already large creator who wants to leverage the audience that they already have across all platforms. Ninja is obviously in that second one. He has followers on Twitch, followers on YouTube, followers on Facebook. At this point, everybody and even their mom knows who Ninja is. Anytime I've spoken about multi-streaming, it's always to that first group of people because that is generally my audience. People trying to grow, trying to start a streaming career, and they want to know if streaming on multiple platforms is going to help them grow. My answer has always been no. And the numbers prove that. The bottom line is everybody in this day and age accepts that there's zero discoverability going live. And the statistics have shown that that is true. It doesn't matter if you're live on 4 platforms because the discoverability is 0 across all of them. And 4 times 0 is still 0. And I would even say there's a general downside to it. Even though there are ways to now semi-consolidate chats, it's not a great experience and it kind of loses the community feel that you have when someone is a small streamer. Why is the AC not turning on? Ooh, it's so hot in here. And it seems to me that the downside of losing that community feel, even though it's not a huge problem, is still much greater than the upside of any added discoverability, which I still agree is 0. However, the second group of people, the large streamers who already have that audience everywhere, that community feel is already generally gone. When you have 5,000 people in chat, even if you do read every single message, you're only hitting 1 message in every 1,000, so it doesn't really matter. It's no longer a tight-knit community hangout session. It now serves more as like a live sports game, like a football game being broadcasted. So the downside of multi-streaming, of losing that community feel, already doesn't exist anymore. And the upside of now being able to monetize on multiple platforms where your audience already exists everywhere is a huge advantage. But I think there are a couple noteworthy and interesting things happening here. First one is, what does this mean for Twitch? Ninja has made a pretty bold statement. Most people who are leaving Twitch for YouTube right now, I'm sure they believe it's a good platform and it's a good time, but for the most part, they're being paid millions of dollars. They're not just leaving because they like YouTube better. They're being paid to leave. Ninja leaving Twitch to multi-stream was essentially him saying to Twitch, I would rather have 0 contract than have your contract. And as far as I know, no one's really done that. So it sets a pretty spicy precedent compared to all the other streamers leaving, even if some of those streamers might have larger viewers than Ninja right now. I think it's important to keep in mind, anyone who wants to follow in his footsteps, 2 things. One, we all remember when he left for Mixer, and a million people also left for Mixer and had a terrible time over there and had to go back. I would make sure you're not jumping on the bandwagon and doing something because Ninja's doing something. Number 2, I want to reiterate, the only reason I think this is going to work is because he's already a massive streamer. I'm really interested to see how he handles this. I would love to see some really creative way of adding these alerts in, because even though he's not partnered or affiliated on Twitch anymore, he can still monetize that platform. He can create donations. There are other subscription platforms that you can use to get emotes on Twitch. I'd love to see like YouTube alerts over here, Twitch alerts over here, just to almost make it kind of a game. I think that'd be a really fun way to add some engagement into this. Maybe even have like a competition of like YouTube donations for charity versus Twitch donations for charity. Kind of like when you saw those 2 different tip jars at places, like there was 1 tip jar for Chris Rock and 1 tip jar for Will Smith, and it encourages people to pick a side. I think that might be kind of fun, but we'll see where he goes with it. I think this is a really great move, not only just for his career, but also for his mindset. My forehead's gonna get a little shiny here in a second. Not a lot of people realize that when you sign a contract, whether it's Twitch or YouTube, not only are you contracted to stream exclusively on that platform, but you are contracted to stream certain hours. It's important to remember that Ninja's kind of been at the top Obviously, he's not at the top anymore, but he's been in the limelight for a good 5-6 years now, and that takes a toll on the person. The man's probably exhausted. So the guy's now able to monetize multiple platforms and stream completely freely. It's a loud truck. Stream completely freely whenever he wants. The internet brought up one interesting point though that I hadn't even considered. He's getting some backlash right now for essentially pretending to have a mental health breakdown in order to promote this move. Because of course, about a week ago, he left midstream, said, I can't do this anymore.
I'm done. In fact, I'm honestly, dude, I gotta take a break from streaming, dude.
I need to take a break, and then basically deleted all of his social accounts or made them like anonymous kind of thing, saying I need to take a break. I don't know when I'll be back. There's kind of been this big stigma around burnout. And trust me, I've been feeling this seriously lately. The burnout is very real, and so for him to use it as a marketing technique has offended people. I think that is a fair criticism for people to make. However, I also think there are people completely blowing it out of proportion, saying he faked a mental breakdown. Nowhere in any of his posts or on his stream did he mention that he was having a mental breakdown. He just said he needed to take a break. And as someone who not only tends to miss social cues, which Ninja also seems like he misses some social cues, and someone who is having some serious burnout, I'm going to err on the side of assuming good intent for him, just because I can see myself making the same mistake. I could see myself being like, oh yeah, I should say I'm taking a break, and then come back and make this big announcement. It'll build some hype, and then after seeing the reaction on the internet being like, you know what? That's fair. That probably wasn't the right move. Hey.
Hey.
Welcome back, you guys.
Hey, Dada.
I don't know if you heard that. That is brand new as of like this week, and nothing is better. Hey, what do you think of Ninja leaving Twitch? Not as interesting as the seatbelt? Okay. But anyway, that's where I stand. I'd love to hear where you stand. Maybe I'm wrong. Share with me your thoughts. Do you have any thoughts on Ninja leaving? Do you have any thoughts on multi-streaming in general? Let me know in the comments down below. Hope this was an interesting video for you. I'm gonna get back to the road trip. They're all waiting on me. Oh, and they got some Dairy Queen. Let's go. It's been like years since I've had Dairy Queen. Anyway, happy streaming, guys.